what's up? Red Panda Anthem. Red Panda, what's good? Red Panda Anthem.
All right, next question comes from Laura Jackson. Unmute yourself, please.
Oh, thank you. Thank you guys for what you're doing. I'm telling you, I am just so impressed.
You're amazing.
Oh, y'all are blessed, I'm telling you. And I'm one of your senior students.
Sure earner.
Yes. And I've been going to a lot of things and I've really been enjoying it. My question is the federal I bonds, they've just gone up. They were 7.12 and now they've gone up to 9.62. And my question is this a good place to park your money while you're like waiting for things to change?
We have an amazing advisor here. I want him to step up to the plate. Hit it. Yeah, it's a great question.
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, I'm
ask Queen.
I'm eligible for Social Security.
Yeah, you don't ask Queen's the age. Hold on now.
I'm 66.
66. Okay, well, 66 is still young.
Still young. Very young.
Still young.
So you just, I mean, technically that's like right at the beginning stages of what society deems as retirement. So.
Oh, I still work.
Okay. So no, I'm not really a big fan of, like, as Ian said earlier, I'm not really a big fan of bonds or of any type, unless it's like muni bonds, but that's a whole different conversation for a high net worth, extremely high net worth people to get tax-free income. But other than that, I've never really been a fan of bonds so much. But you can have a more diversified like bond. You could invest in funds that'll have like a 60-40 split between equities and bonds. And that will give you more protection on the downside. Your upside potential won't be as great, but a balanced fund, they're called balanced funds. And I used to like that a lot when I was an advisor, the balanced fund, especially Fidelity. Fidelity had a good balanced fund. It's like a 50-50 split, I think, between stocks and bonds, but it averaged, like over the last 20 years, it was averaging like 9% a year. So that's good. And it didn't really draw down too much. So if you are interested in like some level of bond exposure, then I would recommend a balanced fund as opposed to investing in just straight bonds. And most wirehouses and most brokerage accounts have some bond exposure in the balanced fund portfolio.
Now, these are the guaranteed federal I-bonds, inflation I-bonds.
Yeah. Are you in them already or no?
Yeah, I've been getting them for a while.
If you them, hold them. Yeah,
since the last 6 months. Not a while, but when they.
But you got to ask, like, what's your purpose? Is it to grow wealth for long term? Because it's like, if 66, let's say you live another 30 years. So
I plan to.
The whole point is to beat inflation. And right now we're at record highs as far as inflation. 40-year highs is inflation. So hopefully inflation will come down, but what if it doesn't? So that's why I think you still have to be investing in equities. Like before, it was like, all right, you don't want to invest in equities when you retire, but now people are living a lot longer. So I don't really, like, most people die when they climb Mount Everest on the way down. That's what they don't tell you.
Wait, say it again?
Most people that climb Mount Everest die on the way down, not on the way up. The reason being is that everybody has a plan to get to the top of the mountain, but that's only half the battle. Nobody really thinks about, once you make it to the top, how you're going to get down. Getting down the mountain is just as hard as getting up the mountain. That's what they don't tell you. So I look at retirement, like the day you retire, that's like reaching the top of the mountain. That's only half the battle. Now you got to actually get down the mountain. And most people struggle in retirement because they run out of money. So they run out of money because they don't have enough money invested, and the money's not growing at a rate that's going to actually sustain them while they're still taking money out. So when you start taking money out, your money still has to grow. If not, all it takes is a couple negative years in the market. You take money out, and then in 10 years, you have no more money. So that's why a lot of people use like the 4% formula. Like you should only take 4%, stuff like that. But that's the hardest part of actually accumulating wealth, is now you have money, But now you got to actually make that money last. And that's why people get really, really scared and nervous because they're like, all right, I don't want to blow it. I don't know what to do. So that's something that's not talked about enough. Like once you're actually at that point, it's easy to get to the point. Just invest. 2 tech, 2 index, put as much money as you can. That's the easy part. There's really no strategy in that. Honestly, you could just set it on autopilot. The strategy comes when you got to start taking money out. That's the hard part.
Yeah. Is that the only investment that you're currently in?
No, I think I was unclear on my question because I do invest in stocks as well.
Oh, you're okay. What stocks do you have?
I have all the ones that you say, and then I have some other ones. I call them like the Dirty Dozen.
Okay. Oh, that's good. Tell me those.
The Dirty Dozen.
Let's do it. Let's go down this list of Dirty Dozen.
So I have 12 that I have, and I have my granddaughter. She's pretty good at picking stock. She's only 11, and so she has 12, and that's what we're holding on to.
Okay, let's run
have the ETFs. We have it's like 7 of those. But most of them were Vanguard. It's the QQQ, like you said, and the other ones are Vanguard. And both of us have Roth IRAs.
Okay.
And then I'm still working. So I have, I do a 457 at work. I contribute that.
Are there any individual stocks that you're in currently that you know of?
Oh, yes.
You care to share a couple?
Oh, I mean, I have like Amazon. Hold on one second.
I mean, she's actually invested very well. Like everyone.
I have like Amazon, Google, and now I bought Amazon when it was like $300.
Listen, wrap the show up.
No, but the thing that people get on me about is that I don't buy a lot of stocks. You know, like I buy 1, I buy 3, but most of them, like I have like 10. You know, I don't have a lot of stocks. And even when they had the AMC and
GameStop,
yeah, my granddaughter got that, and she made like $1,300 in one day.
She's 11.
She's a good picker.
Listen, you don't need us. I appreciate you being here.
I do need you all because I'm gonna tell you what. You said something that I could have saved a lot of money in because you said I was buying like when they were talking about the IOPs. And so I bought like Lemonade and Robinhood. And I shouldn't have. And then I heard you say wait 90 days and I never heard that.
Yeah, for IPOs. Yeah. I appreciate that.
I could save some money with that. So you can always learn. That's why I came to you all. I was trying to get my daughter to come because you all are just so good at entertaining. She loves sports and the way that you do it. And I got hooked myself.
We got to have her on. I appreciate that. You're doing great. I mean, the bonds that you're investing in are a good hedge, but you have exposure to other things that are higher growth. And can I tell you a secret with investing?
Okay, tell me.
Anytime we buy a stock and we buy a little of it, it goes through the moon. 3x, 700% return, 1,500%. Anytime we put a lot of money into a stock, 20% negative, 15% negative. It always happens. We always wish we put more money into the winners, but you're in the game. You're doing incredibly well. Like you're beating most fund managers right now. Like most fund managers don't have Amazon at 300. You're doing incredible. Can we get some fire emojis in chat for her, please?
Yeah. And Laura, bigger than like you're in the game, but you have somebody that's watching you too.
Yeah.
And so they learning. A generation is learning right from you doing it.
Absolutely.
So that's so encouraging. We love you. Thank you for being part of this.
Okay. And the other thing we have is like we have some cheap stocks. We have both of us got 10 cheap stocks.
Okay.
We got 30 dozen and 10 cheap.
Okay.
All right,
22 now. Come on.
And that's it. That's what we have. And I can read you my Dirty Dozen.
Well, read me the cheap ones because those can do the most damage.
Okay, the cheap ones is Allset, Crossco Lab, Denison, Eventbrite, Genesis, Created, Charlotte's Web, Idealnomics, Metamaterials, Sundial, American Gold, Silver, and Zynga.
Okay. What we can do, being tight on time, I can do a post on it and then we can put it on my page and EYL's page if they like to. And we can just say these are good, these are bad. Zynga did incredibly well over the last 2 years, but I want to give you like a full yes or no.
Okay.
How much of your portfolio is in the I bonds?
It's a great question.
Oh, you can only get like 10,000 a year.
15,000 max. Yeah, maybe 10 grand a max.
And you can only get the other 5 is with the if you use your tax. So I get it for my granddaughter, and I've started getting it for myself. But they say you can cash them in 6 months.
I think a year. I think you got to hold it for a year, if I'm not mistaken. But I mean, it's paying a pretty decent amount right now.
And she got it at the perfect time. That's what I do want to say. Like, to get it 6 months ago to hedge.
It's a hedge on inflation. It's not a long-term. For your granddaughter, I don't know about long-term situation because it goes with inflation. And inflation is high right now, so that's why it's paying. But if inflation goes back down, then it's going to go back down. But for you...
Right. And it changes every 6 months.
Yeah. For you, I mean, it's not bad right now for the time frame that we're in right now.
I mean,
it's not really going to change. It's not going to be something that's like life-changing. Like if you put $10,000, I mean, you get like a nice return. It's like almost like 9%.
Yeah, it's a good protection mechanism.
Currently right now. But I mean, over the course of time, it's not really, I don't think.
I wouldn't hold it for 5 years or nothing like that.
It's not really like
years.
a wealth generating thing, but it is a good short-term inflationary hedge for like a savings account type vehicle.
Yeah, because I figured it was better than just parking it in a bank waiting for things to go down. That was my.
I agree 1,000%. Well, I may have to get you like Investor of the Year trophy. Like this is well played, like well timed 6 months ago. But that's the power of being patient and listening.
Yeah, Laura, you all self-educated on bonds and all that, Laura?
Yes.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
But I learned from different people. But I've been watching. I've been more into what you all are doing, even the book club and everything. Because another thing that you said is like get to one person and stick with it. You know, and I found that I made the most mistakes when I was listening to different people. And so once I started listening to you all, I could still make my own decisions. But
stay away from they. Stay away from they is a major key. And that's a major key in life when and that's just life, not even investing. Was like people always say, like, you know, they told me. Well, they is the word they is the root of all evil.
That's why my ex is my ex right now. Listening to they. My baby. My baby. Boy, the moisturizer. You listen.
They didn't believe in us.
A little bit, baby.
Stay away from they.
They never believe us. They don't want us to win, so we got to keep winning.
You are on the ball, I'm telling you. And I appreciate you.
We appreciate you, Laura.
Appreciate you. Stay away from
I'm just trying to be entertaining.
Yeah, no. I feel like Laura watching us from the couch right now. Just like, I love them guys. Shout out to you, Laura. And shout out to your granddaughter and your daughter for tapping in as well. Shout out to you. The whole family.
Ian, I miss you. I'm so proud of you. No, don't listen to what they told you. Baby.
They told me.
I hope she's not watching tonight.
I hope she is.
Hopefully.
They watching together.
I hope you are.
They all watching.
Yeah. I don't even dirt you.
Oh
These are just jokes. Sponsored by the good folks at Ally. Comedy special coming soon in partnership with 85 South. They get you in trouble every time.
Every time.
This that Red Panda Anthem. Ian, what's up? This that Red Panda Anthem. Red Panda, what's good? Red